do you want to give us a little bit of team news in particular? How is Pernille?
Pernille was on the grass today. I won't know till tomorrow because she had during the warm-up an issue in her hamstring. She's had a scan on it and she's gone out today. But to be honest with you, I'm not sure till tomorrow if she'll be available. I think she's with the medical team, not with the team. So apart from that, yeah, everybody's fit for selection.
And your reflections a few days on from game on the weekends?
Move on. Well played, Liverpool. Season's just started. Get ready for this week. That's really, the reflections for us we do internally. I don't personally always like to talk about that publicly because I think it's important for teams to work through that, and I know it's been a good week of training.
I was going to say, you've got the reaction that
I always do. I never worry about that with my group. I always think there's so many leaders in the dressing room. They're so accountable. They're so mature. I think that's one thing I have seen as an improvement in the team is their response to things collectively and not going inward. And I think everybody's really given the best they can this week.
And overall thoughts on the first weekends? Maybe a few headlines, which is a good thing. Maybe not so much as far as you're concerned, but you want people talking. You don't want
Brilliant.
To be
Yeah, great. It makes everyone happy, then I'm happy.
But overall, you've always had a look. Is it what you hope for? Standards, performances, results?
I enjoyed watching the Man City Villa game, and if I'm brutally honest, it was the only game I saw.
Yeah.
But I liked it from a fan perspective. It was great. It was transitional. It was end to end. It was full of goals. It was great watching that crowd at Villa Park. I haven't watched another game.
But it's another really significant weekend. We know there's no Premier League. There's some big derbies, aren't there? I think it's 50,000 sold for the North London derby.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
You've got the Liverpool-Everton game. They're hitting around about 40,000.
Wow. Didn't know that.
That's big numbers, and that's happened, quite quickly in one weekend. It's a really big showcase weekend.
Again, a real credit to everyone involved because to push it, to promote it, for people to come in, whether they're watching the teams, players from the Euros, irrespective. They're not free tickets, they're paid. And these were the games we'd kind of hope for an opening weekend as well, but to do it weekend 3 or whatever it is at this stage is fantastic for the league as a whole, as an advert and product, and most importantly, keep improving the product and everything that comes with that. I think it's all we can keep asking.
And just finally for me, has anyone sort of said to you, I gave it a watch for the first time, having probably spent their summer watching the Euros? Has anyone had any reactions? Anyone said, yeah, I went and watched and liked it and it was a great day out? Or
do you know what? I'd lie if I said otherwise. I actually haven't left.
Phone off this week.
I haven't left this environment other than being at home, so I haven't seen a human outside of here this week. My mum's away. My sister's been away, been left to my own devices. And I did see my dad. He came round for something to eat on Thursday. He said he was coming to make me something to eat, and I made him something to eat. Other than that, my dad filling me in on the league as a whole. It's been quite a week. He had a few things to say about me, what I need to do better. Sunday, yes. But to be fair, he was kind to me. And my dad's he would have watched every game, I'm sure, and he thinks that it's great to see so many more teams improve across the league.
Okay, brilliant, thank you.
Thank you. Can I check if Emily at the BBC, if you've got any questions?
Oh, that's amazing.
No.
Do you mind? I love you. I'll see you later.
Who has got questions? We've got Bradley at TalkSport.
No.
Hi Emma, hope you're keeping well. The last couple of games against Man City have been really open, really end to end, plenty of chances. Either team could have gone either way in lots of the games we've had of them in the past. Are you expecting that to be more of the same this weekend when you take them on?
I think you probably want that more than I do. I know for us, what we've been talking about internally in terms of how we want to control the game has to improve. you know, there's a demand from me and preparation in and around how to do that, that I want to see our team implement what we work so hard on in training. We know that there's 2 top teams on show. I'm sure you want the advert of a 9-goal thriller. I hope we don't satisfy you and it's a little more dull than that. But it's a sellout crowd, and I'm sure both teams will create great entertainment.
And have you had a chance to speak to Graham Potter yet? Because I know you said in a recent interview you were keen to speak to him. And if so, are you hopeful that you'll be able to enjoy the same sort of relationship with him that you did with Thomas Tuchel as well?
Yeah, I saw him in his first week. Then they go into international break. We in international break. It makes it a bit difficult, but I'm sure I'll see Graham around the place.
You mentioned in that interview as well that you were confident that Chelsea's new owners were going to help to take women's football to a whole new level. What should that whole new level look like after the success of the Euros in the summer? What should be the next steps, do you think? Should it be VAR? Should it be goal line technology? Should it be getting more people into stadiums, or a mixture of all of those?
Probably, you know, like you said, gradual building on what we've already done and bring in the expertise commercially, so that the business around women's football can keep growing.
And lastly from me, what I took from that interview which I read was you mentioned in there that, you know, it's the best that you felt in yourself for the last 4 years, and you've taken, you know, time to come away from football this summer and study. How important is that for you to feel refreshed after some of the things you've spoken about that happened over the last 4 years?
Yeah, I think it's important to feel good. You know, that's clear, and breaks are always nice to do that. As I always say to everyone, you know, happiness is not a permanent place. I'd been a lot happier today if the sun was shining. There was a little less rain, but nonetheless, everyone was smiling and just making sure I got gratitude every day, because we know that this is a really tough job and everybody's got to look after their health within that.
That's great. That's really good to hear as well, Emma. Thanks so much, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. And can I check if anyone from BBC 5 Live has any questions?
Oh, sorry, I don't know what the hand up on Zoom yet. I thought after 2 years of doing Zoom I'd have known. Emma, nice to speak to you for the first time. I just wanted to ask, with the added attention and the numbers that we spoke about earlier coming into this game and who'll be attendance, I wonder if that's an added motivation maybe for you as a squad to maybe have a statement, put a statement out there going into the game.
No, I don't think about it like that. Like, I view every game the same. I'm just so happy to hear about the increases in attendance across the board, because we're only, you know, the league has to be strong for everyone, and to look at those numbers for Arsenal, Tottenham, for Liverpool this weekend, it's great. I'm just happy to see that's the case in every environment. Sell out season tickets for Tottenham, brilliant stuff. I think we just need to keep thinking about the support we give every club to make sure they can keep fulfilling, you know, their own objectives, and that we can grow to the next space in the game.
How do you go about achieving that
support?
support?
Listen, I'm a football manager, I'm not a marketing officer, but I would say that the combinations of, you know, expertise, collaboratively, internally, would lead to that. And I think it's just keep learning lessons and building on solid foundations. I don't believe in extremities. I think you've got to keep building one block at a time. I think it's just doing that instead of looking for something like, you know, why don't we have 41,000 every week? I don't think we're at that stage yet. The question will be is how do you turn the 51,000 or 60,000, if it gets to that for the North London derby, into more consistent fans, so we sell out every game, every week, and that we start building the platform towards, you know, what's the next steps for bigger stadia on a more regular basis.
Just finally from me, you spoke earlier about taking the emotion out of the defeat football. Does that come from experience, and also how do you convey that to your players, taking the emotion out of it?
It's a game, like it's not a loss of life. Let's be fair about it. It's something we don't endure, too many defeats, and I think you have to be humble when they happen and grow from it. And no one is ever too good to lose a game of football, and I think we have a pretty healthy perspective on it and work on the details that are within our control. It's not about the opponent, thinking about them, it's just talking about the disappointments for us, and then work on them in a systemic way in training.